Hi friends, I am Mani. I am the blogger behind getmoneyrich.com. Today we are going to discuss the topic of financial independence. We will talk about what is financial independence. We will also see how we can achieve financial independence for ourselves, and we will also see why it is essential to achieve financial independence in stages. So talking about what is financial independence is basically a state of self where one no longer needs to do a job or business to make money. Why we make money? We make money to take care of our daily expenses of life and also to take care of our future financial goals. In the state of financial independence, you make enough passive income which eventually takes care of all the expense requirements. So at this stage, it is important to understand the difference between passive income and earned income. Earned income is something that we earn after we say do a job or do a business. So we work and in turn we make some money. So that is earned income. Passive income is an income which continues to yield even if we do not work for it. Few examples of passive income can be interest income that we earn from our fixed deposits, rental income that we make from the real estate properties. We also make passive income in form of dividends. When we buy stocks, we earn dividends. So for all these incomes, interest income, rental income, dividend income, we are not actually doing work. They will yield no matter what. That's why they are called passive income. So in order to become financially independent, it is essential for a person to generate enough passive income. I have written a detailed blog post on the topic of financial independence. It talks about various aspects of financial independence. I have left the link of my blog post in the description of this video. Anyone who wants to get introduced to the topic of financial independence must read this article. But before you go ahead and read the article, this is the video I thought I will make to give you a small introduction about what you can find in that article. So in my article, I have tried to explain that how a normal person like me and you who wants to achieve financial independence should approach this goal. Financial independence is a goal which is not like any other financial goals. According to me, it is one of the tougher goals of our life. Why it is tough? Because we are not taught to become financially independent. Right from the beginning of our life, we have been tuned, or you can say we have been trained to live a life based on earned income. We have not been trained to live a financially independent life. So this psychological, you can say, holdback keeps us from becoming financially independent. So to become financially independent, we have to first learn that what it needs to be done to become financially independent, and then only we can achieve this goal. So the steps that I have shown in my article are basically three. The first step I call it as preconditions. The second step is the implementation step, and the third step is the stages. Why I name these three steps like this? Preconditions, the step one. In this step, there are three things that I think a person should do before even implementing the plan of financial independence. These three things, which I call as preconditions, are emergency fund building, becoming debt free, and building cushion savings. When you will go to my article, you can read in more detail that what is meant by these three things. But let me give you a small introduction of what you can find in the article. Emergency fund creation is basically that fund which will take care of any untoward happenings of future life. Why it is essential to build emergency fund before attempting financial independence? Because when we are in the process of building financial independence for ourselves, in that step we don't want to take back steps, because in life there will be a lot of problems, and we do not want that those problems should pull us back from our goal of financial independence. So emergency fund creation is one of the steps that will keep you intact even in the tough times. You will continue to work for financial independence no matter what comes in your life. The similar step is becoming debt free. It has the same effect. Whatever are your debts now, if you carry a home loan, if you carry a personal loan, education loan, whatever it is, before you attempt to become financial independent, become debt free first. And the third step is cushion savings. Build enough savings which can take care of your next 6 months expenses. Suppose your expense is 50,000 rupees today, 50,000 into 6, 3 lakhs. Have 3 lakh cushion savings in your bank account. Even if you do not work, you do not earn money for next 6 months, you have enough savings parked here which can take care of your family's expenses. So these three preconditions are basically the foundation pillars of your financial independent life. Before you can build the infrastructure of financial independence, these three preconditions will act as the pillars of support. So once you complete these steps of preconditions, then you are ready to go to the next step of implementation. In the implementation stage, you will notice that you already are starting to accumulate a lot of cash with you. How? See, in the first step, you have built emergency saving as preconditions. This saving is parked somewhere in your fixed deposit or in your debt mutual fund or maybe in your savings account. So this is one cash. The second is you do not have any loan, so you don't have to pay any EMIs. So there will be most of your income is now getting saved. And the third step, and in the third precondition step, you have also accumulated cushion savings. So these are all cash that you will see in the implementation stage. There will be a temptation to spend this money, but hold your temptations, because in the implementation stage, all this money that you are going to save, you need to invest it into equity. Yes, for a long time you are going to invest a huge amount of your income in equity. So this is one of the steps of implementation. Live a frugal life, build huge savings, and invest those savings to buy equity for long term. A stage will come when you yourself will see that you have accumulated enough equity. That is the stage where you are ready to redeem your equity. So redeeming equity means you have to sell the equity. If you have bought stocks, you have to sell your stocks. If you have bought equity mutual funds, you have to sell the mutual fund units. So once you start selling the mutual fund, what you have to do? Because that cash will come in your bank account. Use that equity redeemed money to buy income generating assets. What are those income generating assets? The income generating assets can be like fixed deposit, where you will earn interest income on monthly basis. You can also buy monthly income plans offered by mutual funds. You can also buy a real estate property where you can earn rent. It is also possible to buy monthly income plans offered by post offices. You can also buy good dividend paying stocks. So in this implementation stage, what you are doing is you are accumulating equity. Why equity? Because equity grows very fast. If invested properly, it can grow really fast. So invest in equity, hold it for long term, and when enough equity equity portfolio becomes big enough, redeem it, sell the equity, and convert the equity component into an income generating assets. This is the main crux that you have to do to become financially independent. But there is one more thing that we have to remember. Achieving financial independence, if followed in stages, it becomes easier. What I mean by stages? We have a lot of expense in our lives. All those expense we can categorize in three categories. One type of expense are those expense which are absolutely essential expense, non-compromisable. Like we have to eat food, we have to pay bills, we have to pay school fees, we have to spend a bare minimum amount in transportation. So these are bare minimum expense. For every individual, there will be a different type of bare minimum expense. So list down all your expense, categorize all your expense into essential, comfort, and luxury categories. The stage one of financial independence will be to generate enough passive income which takes care of all your essential expense. This will be stage one. Once you reach stage 1, the next stage will be to increase the size of passive income and make it good enough to take care of also the comfort expenses. And the third will be the luxury expense. Luxury expense, basically different people spend in a different way. So basically there is no limit to luxury, but in terms of your present expenses, whatever you have categorized as essentials, as comfort, or as luxury, take note of those and give yourself a target to generate enough passive income which takes care of these 3 components in stages. So what I have told you in this video may look very simple, but according to me, building your preconditions, implementing the idea of financial independence, and then achieving financial independence in stages may take years. For me, I think for an average middle class Indian, 20 years is a good time which we can give ourselves to reach the goal of financial independence. A person who is making more income out of job, they are more likely to reach the goal of financial independence sooner than 20 years. But I'm saying for an average middle class Indian, 20 years is a good target. So start with the preconditions. Once the precondition step is done, start accumulating equity. Once the equity component is heavy enough, convert it into passive income generating assets. And while you are accumulating equity and while you want to redeem, make sure that you redeem in a way that you achieve financial independence in stages. And what are those stages? The stages are: you can achieve financial independence for the essential requirements of your life, then for your comfort requirements, and finally for taking care of your luxury requirements. So this is an approach which I call it as a financial independence mindset. Once you can build a mindset which helps you to achieve financial independence, I think your half job is done. So important is to build a mindset. And how you can build a mindset? One of my suggestions will be to read a good book on the topic of financial independence. And if you do not have so much time to read the books, I will suggest you go ahead and read my article. It will give you a lot of reference for other reading materials. Thank you very much for watching this video. Hope to see you soon.